is 57.2, and this is mostly for my two friends who just left and aren't here. But when we have a divisor that has a decimal, there are some procedures we need to handle, okay? You can use the strategy below to change a division problem into a decimal with a decimal divisor to an equivalent problem with a whole number divisor. So, 6 divided by 2/10 as a fraction. So if you notice here, if you look right here, 6 divided by 2/10 can be written as a fraction. So there's some things we need to remember. All of this, our fraction world is coming crashing at us right now. Are you noticing that? All the work that we've done this year so far is coming at us at rapid fire. Equivalent fractions, shifting digits. We've done all this work, right? So any division problem can be written as a fraction. Any of them. The divisor is just the denominator. Denominator, divisor. You with me so far? Okay. So in other words, I'm going to write this, and you can write this in your book so you remember. A divided by B can be written as A divided by B. Always. Put any number in there, it will always work. Except for 0. 0 doesn't work. There's always a except for. Now, any fraction, we need to make an equivalent fraction with a whole number divisor by multiplying 6 and 2/10 by 1 in the form of 10. Why? Because any fraction can be changed to an equivalent fraction by multiplying it by 1 in the form of n over n. What does this actually represent? 10 over 10. 1 whole. This is equivalent to multiplying both the numerator and denominator by n. You know how we say whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So if I want to get rid of this decimal down here, multiplying by 10, you shift the numbers, right, to the left. So if I multiply 6 and 2/10 times 1, I can't do 1 over 1 because I want to shift that. I want to get rid of the decimal, right? I want a whole number. Make my life easier, please, mathematical world. So we're going to multiply it by 10, and we get 60 divided by 2,
Yes, 30.
which is 30. So 6 divided by 2/10 is 30. That's one strategy. Okay. Okay, if you're not sure of the answer, here's the answer. The question was, why is the answer to 60 divided by 2 the same as 6 divided by 2/10? Well, we turn them into fractions first, because any division problem can be turned into a fraction. The divisor becomes the denominator, okay? So the fraction 60 divided by 2 and 6 and 2/10, 6 divided by 2/10 are equivalent. 6 over 2/10 is equivalent because we multiplied by 10 on the top, we multiplied by 10 on the bottom, so this is an equivalent fraction, 60 over 2. So obviously, if those are equivalent fractions, they're equivalent means what? Equal, the same. Then the division problems must be the same. Okay. So you can use another strategy. Here's another strategy. You can use the strategy of multiplying both numbers by 10 even when a division problem is given in long division format. Because the only difference, guys, between this, A divided by B, and A divided by B, this is long division. What's this? Fraction. You're dividing whole numbers into pieces. Is that a fraction?
Yes.
Dividing whole things into pieces. Is that division?
Yes.
Okay. Division and fractions. They are family. Okay? You can't do one without the other. So, here's a strategy. Use the strategy. Instead of turning it into an equivalent fraction, here's another way to do it. Put a decimal point after your whole number. So see, I'm going to rewrite this so you can see it, but here's 2/10, and here's my 6. So it's still 6 divided by 2/10. Same problem. You're going to put the decimal point after the whole number. You following me? I'm trying to go fast for those of you who understand. Then, multiply both numbers by 10. So 2/10 by 10, 6 by 10, and you show this by moving the decimal point one place to the right, which means you're shifting the numbers to the left. If you move the decimal point to the right, which way are the numbers moving? To the left. So I can do shift it, get rid of it, shift it, add a 0, put the decimal point in the answer. Now this problem becomes 60 divided by 2. So that's kind of the shortcut version of how to get rid of your decimals. But the reason you move those decimals, see, when I was a kid, it was just like, move the decimal over one place in the dividend, move it one place in the divisor, go. I was not told why. Had somebody shown me this whole 10 issue, I would have been like, oh, okay, I'll do it now. I was that rebel, you know? I'm not doing it just because you told me to. So instead of drawing arrows, you can make little marks called carets to show where you put the new decimal points. So why does moving both decimal points and the same number of places give us the same answer? Why do you think? Talk to a neighbor. What is moving both decimal points the same number of places? What is it the same as? Seriously, guys? Come on. Yes. If you do something to the divisor, you've got to do it to the dividend. Whatever you're doing to the divisor, you got to do to the dividend. So moving your decimal places in both places, you're essentially making an equivalent fraction. We just had an earth-shattering moment in here, I think. So, what are you confused about? Watch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I took my decimal point and I moved it. I moved it to the right. Which way did the digits go? Okay. So suppose you want to find, hey, here's another one. Suppose you want to find 6 divided by 2 thousandths. What number are you going to multiply 2 thousandths by to get a whole number? Everybody say. All right. I think you're starting to see the patterns. Yes? All right. So we are going to try to do, how about we do page 186? You may work with a partner